Good evening, welcome to the show. Preakness Day in Baltimore, but not here. Here we got pretty good card. 10 races, we're off the turf. The 8th race will stay on the turf. Some of the races are long, and since there are 10 of them, let's get to it right after this. Of course, the turf course will be soft. This is a mile. These are maidens. They're 3 and up. Favorite all the way along was the number 4, Port McGee. Late money for the number 8, Uncle Albie.
And they're off. Minister of the Queen stumbled a bit, leaving the starting gate. Uncle Albie is there. Circle of Light. Here comes Port McGee coming on through. On the far outside, Rice now running in 4th. Down toward the inside, there goes Fort Knox from 5th. Circle of Light is back to 6th, followed by Scorcher, Innocent, Ranasunga, and Chris Kringle trails the field. Up the backstretch, and Port McGee comes on through to take over. It's Port McGee in front, eager and down the lead by a length, the quarter in 23 and 1/5 seconds over the good going. Fort Knox down inside running second, and Uncle Albie kept up close, third on the outside. 2 lengths back to Minister of the Queen, under a ride already, running in 4th. Rice is alongside Minister of the Queen, then it's Scorcher, followed by Innocent, then Ranasunga, Circle of Light, and Chris Kringle at the back of the pack. Around the far turn, Port McGee runs a half in 46 seconds flat, out there by 2. Uncle Albie still giving chase along with Fort Knox. 3 lengths back to Rice, who's drawn within 6 lengths of front-running Port McGee. Innocent hitting his best stride now, 5th and closing in on the far outside. Scorcher is 6th at the rail. They're coming to the top of the stretch. It's still Port McGee. Port McGee heads for home with a 2.5 length lead. Fort Knox giving chase second by 5. Uncle Albie is 3rd. Innocent is 4th on the outside. Coming to mid-stretch. Here comes Fort Knox. Fort Knox now hooks Port McGee at the 8th pole. Fort Knox forges to a short lead. Port McGee hanging tough, but second as they flash past the 16th pole. And Fort Knox is the winner by a length and a quarter on the line. Port McGee second, a long way back to the 3rd.
Off his last race was surprising. Fort Knox wasn't a shorter price. He caught a very fast field that day. Today they make a little change on him. They take the blinkers off, and he runs very well. Centennial Farm, Scotty Schulhofer, Jose Santos, $13.60, $6.70, $4. Port McGee, $4.30, $3.30. Innocent, $4. The 3-4 exacta, $47.80. Second race is sprint. Fillies and mares 4 and up, claiming tag 16,000. We have a claim here. The number 6, the favorite, KO Lady, will go to Bobby Barbera.
They're off. Impish Saga and Emergency get out fast. All button right up there. KO Lady and Chanceman makes it a 5-way scramble for the lead. Red Tease lets the others battle it out. Up the backstretch, Impish Saga, All Button, and KO Lady, the 3 of them, headlong into the far turn in a very quick duel here. It's 2.5 lengths back to Emergency and Enchantment. 22 and 1, hotly contested opening quarter. All Button and Impish Saga continue to slug it out on the turn. KO Lady in hot pursuit of a hot pace. 2 lengths back, Emergency, 4th on the inside. A Chanceman on her outside in good striking position, 5th. A break of 6 to Red Tease. Nearing the top of the stretch, All Button and Impish Saga have been dueling head-to-head the whole way. Here's KO Lady swinging into action on the outside, and Emergency looks for a way through. Off the turn and into the stretch. KO Lady and Impish Saga now going at it. All Button had nothing left for the stretch drive. Enchantment is coming on. Emergency swings out for running room, but in the final furlong, Impish Saga has something left. Running a big one here. Impish Saga, a driving 5-length winner, surviving the duel and the challenges in the stretch. Impish Saga.
Frank Martin told Jan Rush he thought this filly would run well. She adds Lasix today, coming off a 5-furlong win at Hialeah. She just puts them away at the top of the stretch, does Impish Saga for Viola Summer, Frank Martin, and Heberto Castillo. 910, 560, 380. Enchantment, 720, 490. Emergency, 490. The 1-7's 43.80. The double 3 and 1, $75.50. One 1771, 23.20. On to the 3rd. This begins the pick 6 with the carryover. It's a sprint. They're 4 and up. Claiming tags 20,000. Heavy favorite here, the number 2, Unreal Mo with Jose Trejo.
Get tied on.
They're off. Unreal Mo, right out for the early lead. Feeny Cassette comes away second. Get My Glitter on the move early. 3rd on the outside. Bells Gorgeous 4th. Then Northern Moon, Appealing Tracy. Far behind the rest is Line Pro. It's the speedy Unreal Mo with a challenge early from Get My Glitter. Unreal Mo and Eck, Get My Glitter with persistent pressure through a quarter, 21 and 3. Wow, eye-popping quarter there. Unreal Mo moving at a blistering pace. Get My Glitter keeping the pressure up. And it's 5 lengths back to Northern Moon, who advances to third. Then it's Feeny Kiss out on the inside, fourth. Appealing Tracy kicking in just outside the quarter pole. The trailer is Val's Gorgeous. Unreal Mo has run a half in 44 and 1. Get My Glitter's been hounding him the whole way. Get My Glitter and Unreal Mo. Unreal Mo ahead. Get My Glitter. Here comes Feeny Cassette. Here comes Appealing Tracy. Unreal Mo trying to gut it out for another 100 yards. It's Unreal Mo in front. Feeny Cassette and Appealing Tracy coming fast. So is the wire. Unreal Mo still there. Appealing Tracy, here's the line. Oh, too close to call.
Let Unreal Mo loose on this kind of a track. He's going to get beat, but Get My Glitter does not give him a moment's rest. And for the record, Unreal Mo runs a big race, but he gets nipped. Appealing Tracy, John Thor, Gary Siaka, Frank Alvarado, 8:30, 3:20, 2:50. Unreal Mo, 2:70, 2:30. Feeny Cassette, 2:70. The 4-2, $20.40. Here's the fourth. They're going a mile and a 16th. These are maiden fillies and mares, 3 and up. A couple of choices here. The number 4, Scenic Point. The number 6, Carly's Crown.
Burger, you all right? Let's get tied on.
And they're off. Carly's Crown off to a good beginning from the outside. Plum Thicket is there. Memories of Silver coming on through. Down toward the inside, Marie Loves Emma. Scenic Point and Sunset Service. Plum Thicket now drops out of it to trail the field in the early going. Memories of Silver, Carly's Crown, Marie Loves Emma, and Sunset Service. 4 of them vying for the lead. And just in behind that group, Scenic Point is allowed to drop off the pace in 5th position. Farther back, trailing the field, is Plum Thicket. The opening quarter went in 23 seconds flat, midway down the back stretch, and Marie Loves Emma has a narrow lead. Memories of Silver sticking right with her. Carly's Crown is in between horses, and on the far outside, Sunset Service disputing the pace, while 4 wide heading for the turn. It's a break of 4.5 back to Scenic Point, kept within striking range 5th, and another 6 back to Plum Thicket. A 45 and 2 half mile. 4 of them have been disputing the pace the whole way. Sunset Service caught way out there, 4 wide. Marie Loves Emma down inside. Memories of Silver and Carly's Crown battling away in between those 2. And Scenic Point is a strong 5th, stalking the leaders. Plum Thicket picking it up, and it's anyone's race now as the field turns for home. Marie Loves Emma, Memories of Silver, Sunset Service, Scenic Point, Plum Thicket coming 5 wide. Carly's Crown drops out of it. 5 of them across the track at the top of the stretch. Here comes Scenic Point, hand-ridden to the lead. Scenic Point taking control at the 8th pole. Plum Thicket second down the outside. Then Memories of Silver and Sunset Service, but they're coming down to the line. And Scenic Point, Robbie Davis really never asked her to run. And she glides under the wire, a 4-length winner.
With an assist from the 4 riders in the Suicide Speed Duel, Scenic Point wins effortlessly, exactly as Tom said. Lee Lewis, Mark Hennig, Robbie Davis, Scenic Point for fun. 620, 370, 290, also taking advantage from dead last. Plum Thicket, 1280, 490. The best of the 4 up front, maybe the best of the lot, who knows? Memories of Silver, 350 to show. 4 ones, 104. Quinella 1441, $70. And the pick 3, the old 144, $143. On to the 5th. This is a mile. These are maidens. They're 3 and up. Heavy favorite here. The number 4, this is off the turf, I believe. The number 4 at 5, I'm sorry, Adorjinski with Raymond Perez.
And they're off. 36, Madison, C Salute. In between horses, Adorjinski and Tax Break. On the far outside, Saratoga Tough. Moving up the back stretch, and it's C Salute short lead. Saratoga Tough right there. Adorjinski in between horses. Down inside, 36, Madison. Tax Break shuffled back in traffic. Down inside, Le Mistral is 6th. And then it's Seattle's Revenge on the outside, 7th, and a break of 4 back to the trailer, Financial Mania. 23 seconds flat for the first quarter. Moving down the backstretch, C Salute driving on the lead. Saratoga Tough on the chase 2nd, and the favorite, Adorjinski, in good striking position just off the pace 3rd. Tax Break takes to the outside, a clear run now 4th. Then it's 36, Madison down inside in 5th. A break of 3.5 to La Mistral. Seattle's Revenge wide and second to last. The trailer Financial Mania rounding the far turn. Sea Salute now coming under pressure from Saratoga Tough. Adorjinsky looms on the outside third. Now Ramon Perez wanting more from Adorjinsky. Tax break on the far outside fourth. They're coming to the top of the stretch. It's been Sea Salute the whole way. Adorjinsky on the outside. Saratoga Tough now third. Farther back, Tax break on the outside fourth. 36 Madison down on the rail. At the top of the stretch, it's still Sea Salute, and Sea Salute will be a tough customer here. Sea Salute in front and getting away from Adorjinsky. Sea Salute pulls away by 4. Adorjinsky second. 36 Madison down inside, and Saratoga Tough. And it is Sea Salute.
Sea Salute ran a big race last time out off a rough trip. Thought he might come off the pace here, but he speed pops the field under Frank Alvarado for Roger Toffelon and Tim Kelly. 760, 320, 260. Adorjinsky the favorite, 250, 220. Saratoga Tough there all the way, 330 to show. 7.5s, 1460 tries, 7.59, 71.50. Mile and a quarter for 4 and up, claiming tags 50 down to 40. The favorite, the number 2, Iron Gavel with Jose Trejo.
And they're off. Special tribute. There goes Iron Gavel on the move early. Iron Gavel immediately sent to the front, moving at a lively early pace as Iron Gavel, and opens up by 3. Special tribute running second. That's that third. A break of 6 lengths. Back to Woodstock 2, a distant 4th before they run a quarter mile. Then it's Prince Ensign moving through in between horses. A Call to Rise unhurried at the back of the pack with Harding Brown and Tamara R. Into the backstretch, the opening quarter went in 24 seconds flat. And it's Iron Gavel, the controlling speed here with Special Tribute not far behind. And that's dead as up close. A break of 7 or 8 lengths. Back to Woodstock 2 and a Call to Rise. Another 4 to Prince Ensign. And stablemates Tamara R. and Harding Brown are the final 2. 47 and 4 half mile. The pace legitimate enough for the distance. And the leader is still Iron Gavel with Special Tribute right off his flank. And Natstedt continues to race up close to the pace. A break of another 8 back to Woodstock 2 and a Call to Rise is now getting a reminder from Iberto Castillo. Then another 7 lengths back to Prince Ensign. Still trailing the field, Harding Brown and Tamara R. Around the far turn, Iron Gavel continues to hold the lead. But now Special Tribute is trying to take over with 3 furlongs to go. Natstedt called on for more run. He's right there now on the outside third. It's another 6 or 7 lengths to Woodstock 2 and a Call to Rise, and they're getting closer. As they near the top of the stretch, it's Iron Gavel on even terms with Special Tribute. Special Tribute on the outside, Iron Gavel at the inside, Natstedt under the whip third, 5 lengths back to a Call to Rise fourth. Down inside, Harding Brown. Down to the last furlong, Iron Gavel and Special Tribute. Nose to nose here. Natstedt can't stay with them. 16th pole. Special Tribute forging to a short lead over Iron Gavel, and Special Tribute prevails, dueling through the stretch with Iron Gavel.
That's the second win in a row for this horse at a mile and a quarter, but he beat a weaker field last time. Today he just stalks Iron Gavel and takes over at will. Special Tribute, Sam Morrell, Gary Siaka, Jorge Chavez, 970, 383. Iron Gavel, 3250, Natstedt, 380 to show. There were 1, 2, 3 around the track in some order. The 3-2, $24.40. The 7's a mile and 8. These are 3 and up. Now winners of 2 other than. The favorite is on the outside. It's the number 5, Palm Freezer with Mike Smith.
Can you tell me what you said for him? Get that on.
And they're off. Hoop Tattoo gets out first. Palm Freezer was off to a good beginning as well. Down toward the inside, Fire King is there. On the far outside, it's Lee Bourne. Speed Quester's up close and down on the rail, trailing the field, Contra Hope. Out of the chute and onto the main track now, Palm Freezer has established the lead by a length, but a host of pursuers in close pursuit. Fire King, Speed Quester, and Lee Bourne all together. 2.5 lengths back to Contra Hope, and the trailer is Hoop Tattoo. 6 lengths front to back, Palm Freezer up front through a quarter in 23 3/5 seconds, with Fire King there to keep him company to his inside. Speed Quester just off the lead, close to the pace third. Leaborn is there on the outside fourth. It's another two to Hoop Tattoo and Contra Hope as they continue up the backstretch. They ran a half in 46 1/5 seconds. Legitimate fractions here as Fire King gets ahead in front of Palm Freezer. Palm Freezer and Fire King together. Leaborn now edging up to them, third on the outside. Speed Quester is fourth, and here comes Hoop Tattoo finding his best stride now. As they near the top of the stretch, 3/4 and 10 flat, it's Palm Freezer, a short lead. Fire King down inside. Leaborn coming on. Just in behind them, Speed Quester now back to fourth. Hoop Tattoo continues a sustained rally on the outside. Off the turn and into the stretch. Palm Freezer battling away to a narrow lead. Leaborn in full stride. Hoop Tattoo is coming hard. Palm Freezer very tough, but it's Leaborn who's got a neck in front. Leaborn in front, Palm Freezer second, Hoop Tattoo third, Speed Quester fourth, coming down to the line, and it's Leaborn who will prevail. Leaborn under the wire, 2 lengths clear of Hoop Tattoo, Palm Freezer third.
Another horse coming off a rough trip last time out, gets the money today. Jorge Fernandez owns this horse. Jean-Luc Samin was up. Trainer's Nick Zito, but he had some business down in Baltimore as assistant Georgie Poole's saddle. Not a bad day for that group. 1265, 3270. Hoop Tattoo, 4250. Palm Freezer, 230. The exacta 1-3, $59.50. To the inner turf we go for the Solar Splendor Handicap, 1.25 miles. It's an overnight handicap. The favorite, well, the one they're betting, is the 1X Sarant with Mike Smith.
And they're off. Next Endeavor comes out on the lead, but here's Aurora looking for the lead as they make that long run into the first turn, and Aurora clears the field and gets to the inside, clear by 2 from Next Endeavor. Diplomatic Jet settles just off the lead and on the outside. Then it's River Lawyer tucked away neatly at the rail in fourth. Sarant is fifth, and at the back of the pack our Highest Cafe down inside, My Mogul 3 wide, and Sentimental Moi trails the field. The opening quarter over the soft going went in 25 1/5 seconds, and Aurora is setting a controlled pace here, with Ramon Perez riding high as they make their way into the backstretch. Next Endeavor content to sit back in second. And then it's River Lawyer on the inside, Diplomatic Jet alongside him in fourth. Sarant drafting in behind horses as they make their way up the backstretch now. On the outside, it's My Mogul, and My Mogul is keyed up. In behind that group, Sentimental Moi and Highest Cafe. Aurora continues to lead the way, and the pace continues at a moderate pace, 51 3/2 mile. A tight pack midway down the backstretch. Aurora by a length. Next Endeavor, Jose Santos now takes him to the outside for a clear shot at the lead. Diplomatic Jet right with the pace on the outside. Third, there's a half mile left. Sarant on the inside along with River Lawyer, and then it's My Mogul, Highest Cafe, and Sentimental Moi. John Velasquez trying to motivate him. Around the far turn, Next Endeavor to the neck of Aurora. Diplomatic Jet with the pace and right there on the outside. Sarant is strong, fourth, and in behind horses, nowhere to go at this point. Then it's a River Lawyer down inside, and My Mogul, Sentimental Moi, off the turn and into the stretch, and Next Endeavor powers to the lead. Sarant now comes on through, he's second. Diplomatic Jet on the outside third, Aurora is fourth. Next Endeavor in full flight for the wire with a 2.5 length lead. Sarant giving his best, but still second. Diplomatic Jet is third, and it's going to be Next Endeavor. Next Endeavor convincingly. Sarant second, Diplomatic Jet third.
He would have been the favorite if it wasn't for the weight he was carrying, 121, but Santos has him in the right spot. The horse is now 3 for 3 on the inner. Joyce Young, Barclay Tag, who's on a tear. Jose Santos, 923, 62, 10. Where am I to go? That's the wrong race. And the second was the number 1, Sarant, 250, 210. Third, number 7, Diplomatic Jet, 210. The exacta 4-1's 2480. Try 417, 5350. Pick 3, 314, $341. The pick 6, $33,390. 5 of 6, $219. Now we're moving on to the 9th race at 1 mile. It's the Acorn, 3-year-old fillies on a good track. The heavy favorite, the number 3, Yanks Music with John Velasquez.
they're off. Started Lady Ann going for the early lead. Oxford Scholar is there. Mindy Gale's in between horses. Top Secret close to the pace and running in fourth. Double D's in the far outside fifth. Underachiever comes on through sixth. Then it's a break of three back to Stop Traffic, followed by La Rosa. Yanks Music near the back of the pack. The favorite now about 9 lengths from the lead. Farther back, Stormy Chrissy, Mamadine, Vachon is the trailer. A sharp quarter, 21 and 4/5 seconds. It's Star to Lady Ann, the leader. Mindy Gale up with her second. Thunderachiever third. Oxford Scholar. Top Secret in and among horses. Double D's is moving four wide, heading for the turn. Then it's Yank Music in behind a wall of horses. 5 lengths from the lead. As they round the far turn, it's Star to Lady Ann, the leader by a length. Mindy Gale just off her flank, running in second. Double D's ranging up on the far outside third. There goes Top Secret moving on through, splitting horses fourth. Thunderachiever down inside fifth. On the far outside, it stopped traffic. Yanks Music has had no running room yet. She's locked in behind horses. Mama Dean is passing horses on the far outside. The field turning for home, and it's Star to Lady Ann who heads for home with a 3-length lead. Top Secret down inside second. Then it's Mama Dean. Yanks Music has finally been switched to the far outside. Vachon last on the backstretch is coming well. Stop Traffic and with a chance. They're in the final furlong. It's Star to Lady Ann, 2-length lead. Yanks Music trying to reel her in with 100 yards to go. Star to Lady Ann still there a length and a half. Yanks Music closing like a bullet. Star to Lady Ann saved by the wire.
Don't you wish you could have bet after we showed you the result by mistake? And the winner is Star to Lady Ann, John Murphy Sr., W.W. Perry, Mike Smith, winner of the Nassau County, 1625, 390. Traffic jam, lots of trouble. Yanks Music, 3 and 240, and also from the Nassau County, Stop Traffic, $5. 2 3s, 40, 2 3 11, $209. Here's the result of the Preakness. As we said, he had something to do down there. Louis Couture's Nick Zito and Pat Day, the Sermon on the Mount, 19-785-20, skip away, 564.60, editor's note, $5, 611, 104.60, try 611.10, 613.40. And here's our finale. This is a sprint. These are 3-year-olds and up, state breds. Non-winners a race other than. There is no real heavy favorite. Lukewarm, the number 3, So Anyway, with Santos.
They're off. 6 feet under, hard ridden for the early lead. Northern Centaur moving through between horses on the outside. Cross Pro is right up there, third. Then farther out, Gotta Be In It to Win It is moving to fourth. Berry Bid back in fifth. Duchess's Secret is sixth. Then So Anyway, Smart Sound 3 wide and moving. A break of 3 back to Talk About June. Then another 3 to Mr. Eli and the trailer Personal Affair around the far turn. Northern Centaur. On the outside, Cross Pro. Those two doing battle. In between them at 6 feet under. 3 lengths back, Smart Sound drawing in closer. Smart Sound rallies as they near the top of the stretch. Berry Bid is fifth toward the inside. Gotta Be In It to Win It is sixth. So Anyway is seventh as they hit the top of the stretch. Northern Centaur heading for home with the lead, but Smart Sound is bearing down on them quickly. Here's So Anyway on the outside. Cross Pro is still there. Mr. Eli flying at the rail. They're in the final furlong now. Smart Sound, Mr. Eli down inside. So Anyway on the outside. 16th pole. Mr. Eli takes the lead, and Mr. Eli pulls away to win. Smart Sound second, So Anyway third.
He's been running long, so today they took the blinkers off him, made him a sprinter, and he gets that path up the rail for Ken Hackle, Butch Lenzini, Samin. 22:40, 10:20, 5:60. Smart Sound off a step slow. 7:70, 4:90. So Anyway, 3:50. 4:9, 167.50. 224, 174.50. Try 493, $893. We told you it was a tight show. Congratulations to Nick Zito. May the horse be with you. Good evening. Welcome to the show at last. After all these weeks, finally, a Belmont day where the fans could enjoy the most beautiful park in the entire metropolitan area, Belmont Park. The kids enjoyed the activities we have planned for them, and the fans got to see a good day of racing and actually enjoy themselves and outdoors. It was great. Let's look at the first right after this. 16th. These are fillies in mass 4 and up, claiming tags 18 down to 16. Lukewarm favorite here, the number 2, Birthday with Mike Smith.
And they're off. Huckster Rose gets out first from her outside post. Right on Key is flashing early speed. A Wild Favor is up close early. Then it's Blind Truth, followed by Gate Home on the outside. Every Bit of Lady on the rail, and Birthday is coming on through between horses. The trailer is now Georgia Anna as the field moves up the backstretch. Huckster Rose short lead. Right on Key matching strides with her on the inside. A Wild Favor is in between those two through a quarter in 23 1/5 seconds. At the inside, it's Every Bit of Lady now who comes on through to be fourth. Blind Truth is with the pacemakers. A break of 5. Birthday is back running 6 now. Birthday's about 8 or 9 lengths from the lead. Then Georgia Anna and Gate Home. 5 furlongs out. Right on Key, surrounded by challengers. On the inside, Every Bit of Lady comes on through now to challenge for the lead. A 46 1/2 mile. Right on, Every Bit of Lady has been riding the rails the whole way and gets on even terms with Right on Key. Huckster Rose trying to stay with the pacemakers on the outside third. A Wild Favor is fourth. Blind Truth right up there, but in behind horses fifth. Georgia Anna's in with a chance, but she'll need running room. Birthday is still 5 lengths away from the front runners. Gate Home will be forced to come 5 wide into the stretch, and the field turns for home. Every Bit of Lady, Blind Truth, and Right on Key together at the top of the stretch. Georgia Anna's just in behind them, and Birthday swings into action, but she's still got a lot to do, and Blind Truth sweeps to the lead at the top of the stretch. Blind Truth in front, Georgia Anna coming hard. Blind Truth, Georgia Anna bearing down on her. Every Bit of Lady third, Right on Key fourth at the 16th pole. On the outside, here's Georgia Anna surging to win. Georgia Anna by a head.
Well, we have the track listed as fast, but there's definitely moisture on it. And Georgia Anna, who came from dead last when Robbie came back, you could see. Still moisture, and this is one thing this mare likes. And she gets it today. The Burgundy stable called Domino and Robbie Davis. 12, 880, 570. Blind Truth with Cornelio Velasquez, 13 760. Every Bit of Lady, 630. The 3-4, $171. On to the second, they're going a mile. These are maiden 3-year-old fillies, claiming tags 50 down to 40. The favorite entry is Darn Tip Alarm with Santos and Ali Sham with Bailey.
And they're off. Off to an awkward beginning, wheeling at the start, Dipstick, and when Dipstick wheeled, it took Smooth Transition with him. Those two, after totally disastrous beginnings, are far behind the field, and bar none springs to the front, makes the lead and makes it easily, gliding away by 5. Street Con running second, and Darn Tip Alarm is third, and then it's Ali Sham on the outside fourth, followed by Osei Kid. Then a break of 7 lengths back to Dipstick and Smooth Transition, both eliminated at the beginning. Bar None clicks off a quarter in 22 3/5 seconds and rolls to an 8-length lead as the field moves into the far turn. Osei Kid second, trying to cut into the lead now. And then it's Street Con on the outside third, Darn Tip Alarm, followed by Ali Sham. 5 lengths back to Dipstick and Smooth Transition. A 45 2/2 mile for Bar None, and they're whittling away at the lead. It's down to 2 1/2 lengths now. Osei Kid making a strong move with 3 furlongs to go. Street Con drawing within striking range on the outside. Then stablemates Ali Sham and Darn Tip Alarm. It's 4 lengths back to Dipstick. As they hit the quarter pole, Osei Kid rolls on by Bar None. Bar None, nothing left for the stretch. And Osei Kid comes to the 8th pole with a 3 1/2 length lead. Ali Sham is second, Bar None a weakened third. Down to the final 16th. Osei Kid is home. Then farther back, Ali Sham, and they're coming under the line. Osei Kid, 3 1/2 lengths clear.
Only 4 betting interests once they left the gate, and Dipstick and Smooth Transition decided to go their own way. Osei Kid, another horse that does appreciate moisture in the track, wins it. The Dorsal stable, Vincent Vigliotti, John Bradley, Eddie Maple. Osei Kid, 1120, 390, 240. Second, the 1A Alley Sham, 270, 210. Third, Bar None, 230. The Exacta 5-1 is 27.80. The Double 3-5, 95.50. Quinella 1-5-5-1, $11. Here's the third. They're going a mile and 3/8. See some maidens 3 and up. There are a couple of 2-to-1s. They are Do the Bucket and Tiger Rag.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Tiger Rag going out for the lead. And down toward the inside, Easy Edges there. Pintown Boy in between horses, and then toward the outside, it's Racin' Rudy. Moving round the first turn, Pintown Boy assumes a short lead. Tiger Rag on the outside, and Easy Edge tucked away and secures a position at the rail just inside of Pintown Boy. Harmony is keyed up and runs in hand fourth and behind the front runners. Racin' Rudy settles down, conserved in fifth. 2.5 lengths back to Do the Bucket, and Yolanda's Pet is allowed to trail the field in the early going. The first quarter was an ordinary 25 seconds flat, and they're into the backstretch. Pintown Boy by a measured length. Tiger Rag offering mild pressure. Just in behind, Easy Edge, and Easy Edge has room to move through to take the lead if he chooses to do so. Then farther back, it's Racin' Rudy. Moving on the outside is Do the Bucket now. In behind that group, Harmony in hand and only about 4 lengths from the front. Then a break of another 5 or 6 back to Yolanda's Pet. Jorge Chavez would like him closer. The opening half mile went in 50 1/5 seconds. The tepid pace continues with 5 furlongs to go. Pintown Boy, and now Easy Edge goes on through. It's Easy Edge and Tiger Rag on the outside. Racin' Rooney. They're all surrounding Pintown Boy. Do the Bucket within striking range, and then farther back it's Harmony, and well behind is Yolanda's Pet. Moving midway round the far turn. On the inside, Easy Edge, Pintown Boy in between horses. On the outside, Tiger Rag. It's 3 lengths back to Racin' Rudy. Do the Bucket now, putting in his bid. Then it's Yolanda's Pet who begins to pick it up. Harmony's now last. At the quarter pole, Easy Edge is under the whip. Pintown Boy is under the whip too, and Tiger Rag is matching strides with them. Straightening away into the stretch. Tiger Rag on the outside. In between horses, Pintown Boy doing his best. Easy Edge, nothing left for the last furlong. Yolanda's Pet is closing, still a lot to do. 5 lengths behind Tiger Rag. Tiger Rag by a neck. Pintown Boy battling on well, but it's going to be Tiger Rag to prevail. 3/4 of a length, Pintown Boy.
Robbie kept looking back as if he had the 3 Pintown Boy measured any step he wanted. Well, when he asked, Pintown Boy showed a lot of courage, but he was right. Tiger Rag had enough. The Dogwood stable, Frank Alexander, was going quite well, and Robbie, another one for him, 6:10, 4:3:30. Pinton Boy, 10:45:50. Yolanda's Pet for Mr. Veach, 4:40 to show. The 6'3 Exacta, $68. On to the fourth. They're going a mile to 16th. These are 3-year-olds. Claiming tag 65 down to 60. No heavy choice here. Recycle code, Love to Gamble.
And they're off. There goes Recycled Code. Love to Gamble broke alertly. So did Wealth Without Risk. It's a break of 3 to the other 3. Glade, Surround Sound, and Manact. Moving down the backstretch, and it's a very eager Recycled Code out for the lead. Robbie Davis trying to settle him down on the lead, but Recycled Code nonetheless strides away by 3. Love to Gamble moves inside second, and Wealth Without Risk is rating just off the lead in third. A break of 6 on the outside, Surround Sound with Glade to his inside. Another 3 to Manact, who is the early trailer. Well behind Recycled Code, who got an opening quarter here in 23 2/5 seconds. It's Recycled Code by 3, heading for the far turn. Love to Gamble running second. The half went in 46 seconds flat. Wealth Without Risk within striking range third by 5. Surround Sound is advancing now fourth, followed by Glade and Manact. Around the far turn, it's still Recycled Code breezing along on a clear lead with 3 furlongs to go. Love to Gamble and Jerry Bailey now moving with him. 3 lengths back, and Surround Sound is rallying now third. A break of 4 to Glade. Farther back, Manact. Wealth Without Risk has stopped and plummeted to the back of the pack. They're off the turn, and they're in the stretch. And Recycled Code is still under a hand ride coming to the 8th pole, but there's a stiff challenge coming from Surround Sound. And now Robbie Davis goes to the whip on Recycled Code. The lead's a length and a half. Surround Sound is coming hard. They're coming down to the finish. Recycled Code, Surround Sound. Recycled Code wins 3/4 of a length.
He had been running with Better out of town. Thought he might go off a little bit shorter. He didn't. Incidentally, we have run 4 races. In one of them, the second, Robbie Davis horse made a left turn leaving the gate. The other 3, Robbie won. Recycled Code, Greg Lord, Manny Tortora. Davis is third, 6:30, 3:90, 2:90. Surround Sound runs well, 8:10, 3:50. Love to Gamble, $3. The 4-2 is 47.80. Quinella, 2-4-4-2, 29.20. On to the 5th. They're going a mile. Oh, the pick 3. I forgot the pick 3, and I actually had it for $1/2. The 5-6-4, 131.50. Here's the 5th. I always forget it. It's a mile and a 16th. Maiden fillies and mares 3 and up. They are state breds. The favorite here at 9-5 is a firster from Rick Schosberg. Orly Roo with Jose Santos.
And they're off. Sunshine Sapphire dwelt at the start, spots the field almost a half-dozen lengths. Orly Roo flashes speed, and so does Binoculars on the outside. Binoculars short lead. Orly Roo gathered back to run in second. Hidden Vengeance comes on through between horses. On the inside, Very Rapid running in 4th. On the outside, Oh Aurora is now 5th. Fighting Issue is 6th between horses. Then it's Selena, Zirconian Princess, Watrao Spectacular, and a break of 6 to late starting Sunshine Sapphire. 23-1 for the opening quarter. Moving down the back stretch, Orly Roo short lead. Constant pressure from Binoculars. Hidden Vengeance up close and hard held in behind the front runners. On the outside, Fighting Issue right up with the pacemakers. It's 2.5 lengths back to Stelina, 5th on the outside. Very Rapid is 6th, and now falling 6 lengths from the front. Then Watrao Spectacular, followed by Zirconian Princess, who's 3 wide. Sunshine Sapphire and Oh Aurora has stopped to a walk. Midway round the far turn, it's Binoculars by a neck. Orly Roo, though, still in with a fighting chance at the inside. Orly Roo and Binoculars now on even terms as they near the top of the stretch. Fighting Issue sitting just outside them 3rd. Hidden Vengeance has had a good trip, drafting in behind the lead. On the outside, Stelina 5th. Off the turn and into the stretch. Orly Roo comes to the top of the stretch with something left. Shaking loose from Binoculars. Hidden Vengeance down inside. Stelina on the far outside, and Fighting Issue. They're all chasing Orly Roo. Still there by 3 lengths. Stelina on the outside and Fighting Issue. Orly Roo still there as the wire approaches, and it is Orly Roo in a good-looking debut.
Rick Schosberg told Jan Rushton this horse can run all day. He would have preferred turf, but he couldn't resist this race, and he wins it. Orly Roo, Sonny Humphert, Rick Schosberg, Jose Santos, 590, 510, 350. Well, they beat Robbie Davis, but he did get second on a first-time Lasix Stelina, 1480, 810, Fighting Issue 260. The 6-3's 120, 350. Try 631, $383. On a 16th, fillies and mares 4 and up. They are state breds, non-winners of 2 other than Maiden, claiming starter or restricted. There is a heavy favorite here, the number 2, Bella Ransom with Richard Migliori.
And they're off. Calypso Vu strikes out for the lead. Ellicat's Burglar is also there with Bit of Powder. Out of the chute and onto the main track, Calypso Vu, a short lead and a moderate early pace. In between horses, Ellicat's Burglar, Katie's Flag on the outside. There goes Bit of Powder up from the rail. Then it's Work of the Devil, followed by Bella Ransom, and 5 lengths back to Music Tower. Moving up the back stretch at a comfortable pace, it's Bit of Powder with a short lead. The pace is comfortable indeed. 24 flat for the first quarter. Ellicat's Burglar on even terms with Bit of Powder. Bella Ransom and Calypso Vu in close attendance to this sedate pace. Katie's Flag on the outside, 5th, followed by Work of the Devil, 3 lengths back to Music Tower, trailing the field with 5 furlongs to go. Midway down the back stretch, it's Bit of Powder. Bit of Powder edging away from Ellicat's Burglar. They picked the tempo up. The half went in 47 and 2. It's Bit of Powder in control, 3/4 of a length with less than a half mile to go. Ellicat's Burglar creeping up again. On the outside, Calypso View kept within a length of the lead. And then it's Bella Ransom in behind the front runners. And the far outside, Katie's Flag forced to go 5 wide. And then it's Work of the Devil and Music Tower. Nearing the top of the stretch, Bit of Powder still a narrow lead. Ellicat's Burger, Calypso View working harder to keep up. Bella Ransom's just in behind the lead. Work of the Devil down on the fence. Katie's Flag on the far outside, off the turn into the stretch. Ellicat's Burglar opening up. Ellicat's Burglar opens up at the top of the stretch, pulling away from Bit of Powder, and Bella Ransom is put to a full-out drive with a furlong to go. Ellicat's Burglar under a furious left hand. On the outside, Bella Ransom wearing her down, coming down to the line. Ellicat's Burglar, Bella Ransom surges. Ellicat's Burglar holding on.
Nice ride here by Santos. He keeps his filly in position so that the 2-horse, the favorite, can never really get loose. Finally, when she gets loose, it's too late. Ellicat's Burglar, one of the 2 horses who really fit the race, does win it, but you had to like the 2. Arthur Klein, Howard, M. Tesher, Jose Santos. 8:30, 3:20, 2:60. Bella Ransom, she'll run again in this spot. 2:30, 2:10. Katie's Flag, 2:80. The exacta 5-2 inverted favorites, $18.80. Here's the 7th. They're going a mile and 1/8. These are fillies and mares 3 and up. Now winners are 2 other than. The favorites here really the 1 Golden Delicious, 7 Summer Rumble, and 8 Frolic.
And they're off. Gentleman's Copy. There goes Girton Gate up after the lead. Girton Gate out to get to the lead. Summer Rumble is second on the outside now. And then it's Golden Delicious running in third. Gentleman's Copy is fourth. On the inside, Never Ending. Farther back, Frolic, and the trailer is AC Tracy. Up the back stretch, Girton Gate short lead. Pressure from Summer Rumble on the outside, and Never Ending coming up the rail third. Golden Delicious tracking the lead fourth. Gentleman's Copy kept within 3 lengths of the lead, fifth by 4.5. Then Frolic and AC Tracy at the back. 23 flat for the opening quarter. Girton Gate continues to lead. Summer Rumble just off her flank second on the outside. Never Ending tucked away at the inside. Golden Delicious is up close, so is Gentleman's Copy. 8 lengths now, back to Frolic. AC Tracy still trailing the field. Entering the far turn, and Summer Rumble ranging up to get the lead after a half in 46 flat. The fractions are strong, and Summer Rumble has taken over from Girton Gate as they round the far turn. Gentleman's Copy and Golden Delicious is in between horses. Never Ending right up there with the chance. A break of 7. Back to Frolic, who's under the whip, and AC Tracy beginning to roll from the back of the pack. They're nearing the top of the stretch. Summer Rumble, Golden Delicious, and Gentleman's Copy. Never Ending just in behind them. Frolic begins to gain ground now. Girton Gate has dropped out of it, and AC Tracy at the top of the stretch. It's Golden Delicious. Golden Delicious coming to the 8th pole with a 2-length lead. Frolic coming hard on the outside. Golden Delicious. Frolic under a furious drive here beneath Mike Smith. And it is Frolic who gets to the lead right at the 16th pole to get past Golden Delicious. Well-timed move by Mike Smith on Frolic to win by 2. Golden Delicious.
She disappointed first time out last May at 3-5. She is a royally bred filly, and today she ran like one, eating up the ground, does Frolic. Cynthia Phipps, Shug McGahee, Mike Smith, Frolic. 620, 320, 290, Golden Delicious, 370, 310, Never Ending, 450 to show. The exacta 8 and 1, $20.40. Moving on to the 8th is the sprint, 4 and up. Now winners are 4, then Maiden claiming a starter. The favorites way on the outside there. The number 6, Western Fame with Jerry Bailey.
And they're off. Money of the Mind gets out first. Western Fame is there, so is Trevelyan and Stark Ridge Hooley up close. Up the back stretch, it's Stark Ridge, Hooley, and Western Fame, the 3 of them in a stampede for the lead here. 5 lengths back to Trevelyan, now running fourth. Silver Fox, Money of the Mind, is now the trailer. Into the far turn, and it is Hooley going head-to-head with Stark Ridge. The quarter, a hotly contested 22 and 1. Western Fame just outside the dueling front runners. 5 lengths to Trevelyan, 3 lengths to Silver Fox, and 6 lengths to Money of the Mind. Nearing the top of the stretch, Stark Ridge and Hooley have been in a cutthroat speed duel throughout. with Western Fame stalking third, and those three head for home. Starkridge taking the lead. Holy drops out of it. Here's Western Fame. Western Fame taking the lead at the top of the stretch, and Western Fame's under a hand ride. Under a confident Jerry Bailey, it's Western Fame. Starkridge full out, but back in second. Then Silver Fox, Holy back to fourth. Coming down to the finish, Western Fame did it easily here, winning by 3 lengths over Starkridge. Farther back.
That's what we call winning in hand. Western Fame, under absolutely little effort, just pulls away from these. Sword Kalad, Billy Mott, Jerry Bailey. 330, 250, 210. Speed Horse hangs on. Starkridge, 650, 410. Silver Fox, 310. The 6.5 exacta, $20.40. The pick 3, the old 3 of 3, 586, $63.50. The pick 6. Here's the pick 6. 6 of 6, $1,404. 11 winners on track. 5 of 6, $33.20. We're on to the feature today. This is the 7 furlong Jaipur. It's a grade 3. It is on the Widener turf course. The favorite here, the number 8 Donjour with Jerry Bailey.
They're off. Grand Continental gets out first. Danger off to a good start. In between horses, it's Holy Mountain. Baroque is there. Here's Shahid on the inside to take the lead. Shahid to the front. Baroque second. Holy Mountain third. Danger is now fourth by 2. Then it's inside the Beltway. Grand Continental. Mighty Forum near the back of the pack early with Pacific Fleet, Gold Mine, and far behind the rest is Jed Forrest. Up the backstretch, Shahid with Baroque glued to him second. Holy Mountain sitting just outside the lead. Danger's in behind them and down inside, running in fourth. Very conservatively ridden is Danger as they round the far turn. Grand Continental is now fifth. Inside the Beltway, coming under a ride, sixth. Mighty Forum is 8 lengths from the lead. Midway round the far turn, it's still Shahid and Baroque running 1-2. Holy Mountain on the outside. As Danger looms in behind the lead fourth. He'll need some running room. Grand Continental switch to the outside. Inside the Beltway is coming up the rail. Off the turn, here's Holy Mountain to take over from Shahid. Danger has running room on the inside, and Grand Continental running a big race today. They're coming past the 8th pole. Here's Grand Continental to take the lead. Grand Continental, Holy Mountain second. Danger down inside. Farther back, Gold Mine. They're coming down to the finish, and it's going to be Grand Continental.
Not a natural 7 furlong horse, but Richard gets him out well and then puts him in the garden and wins it going away. This is a long shot combination. Richard O'Connell, Richard Miliori gave an 85 to 1. Very unstable, owns it. Grand Continental 20, 28, 46, 20. Inside the Beltway 13, 80, 11, 40. Gold Mine 910. The exact 11.9, not really value, 178. Try 11.97, $2,164. We're going on to the 10th, 6.5 furlongs, 4 years old and up, 35 down to 30. The favorite lukewarm, the number 10 Tenachalon with Jerry Bailey.
They're off. Yeckley gets out first. Boom Towner's right up there. Magic's back under a hard ride early up the backstretch, and Yeckley clears the field over to the inside. Magic's back on the chase second. Boom Towner and McCullough down inside. Tenachalon is fifth on the outside. Heavenwood has come out running sixth. Golden Clown is seventh. Explosive Ridge is eighth. Kentucky Governor Sheila's Ice. The trailer is Ocean Splash as they round the far turn. They're chasing Yeckley through a quarter of 22 and 1/5 seconds. Yeckley leads the way. Boom Towner's on the outside. In between horses, Magic's back. McCullough had to steady on the turn. Fourth toward the inside. McCullough's still in traffic. 2.5 lengths back. On the outside, Tenachalon is running in fifth. Heavenwood still in with the chances sixth. And on the inside, it's Golden Cloud seventh. As they turn for home, they still have to get to Yeckley. Yeckley leads by 2 at the head of the stretch. Boom Towner taking aim second on the outside. Then it's McCullough's in between horses. McCullough's coming on now. They're coming down to the last furlong. It's still Yeckley holding on to a tenuous lead. And McCullough and Yeckley. Yeckley and McCullough ding-donging it down to the line. Boom Towner will be third. It's McCullough and Yeckley. Yeckley and McCullough.
Doesn't get much closer than this. That's Yeckley taken off the claim on the layoff from the drop by Gaspar Mochera. He runs it back for 35. On the outside, McCullough, they hit the wire together. Look closely. The inside, the speed held on for Barbara Davis, Gaspar Mochera, and Jose Trejo. 1440, 830, 630. McCullough, 1520, 1080. Boomtowner used to be Yeckley's stablemate, 570 to show. The 9-1's 164.50, double 11-9, 154.50. Try 916, $801. Racing, Don Orlando, my favorite track superintendent. He takes care of Aqueduct, Belmont, and Saratoga. Will tell you what floating, sealing, harrowing, handling the grass course, learn all about track maintenance, plus the Acorn from New York and all the good races that will run in Baltimore this weekend. That's Tuesday on Inside Racing. Good night. May the horse be with you.